I'm trying to put this the right way so that it comes out right. Um, I'm a little nobody in this town. Like, I don't matter. I don't matter to anybody. Um, there's only a few people I care about that I would possibly get my own self in hot water with, not necessarily in a bad thing, just because everybody told me to stay away from it. But if it was my daughter, I'd want to know the truth. And that's what I've been doing, just trying to find the truth. And that's what I've been trying to do. And I've been doing it all on my own, by myself. And every time I talk to anybody about anything, I get attacked or ask if I'm trying to be hushed or I'm getting paid or I'm a distraction. No, I'm none of those things. So I ask questions because I need the answer. And if someone else has an answer, it falls into what I need or doesn't fall into what I need. Okay, I need to find out when I need to know, again, about the car. I need to know where it started and how it rolled. Because I want to go roll a ball down a hill. I need to figure out how I'm going to measure the speed of a ball rolling down a hill. If it was so I need to get the angle and how fast a car that is just in neutral that would take for it to go down. If they have the phone, and the FBI can get into it, I can get into it. I know hackers that can get into it. It called the hackers the night this all happened. Day 3, I almost broke into Mark Zuckerberg's house. Almost took over his computer. You don't understand. I've been busy. And I told my daughter that every step of the way. And every step of the way, my daughter said, Mom, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to have to call. And my parents are out of town for 2 weeks. That's why I could play so hard, because I was knowing I wasn't going to get in trouble. When my parents came back, I had to shut it off because I didn't want everybody to know about it. But then a friend of mine said, did you do an interview? And I was like, uh-oh, you saw that too? And he was like, no, I heard about it. He had to take me off of Facebook. I had to be taken off a friend's Facebook. So my whole point is, squirrel, sorry. And I do say squirrel. And my whole point is that I need to know the direction of where she went down the hill. If she had climbed into the back and it had rolled over, I think everybody's forgetting. What if she was alive when it rolled over? Did it roll over right away? Like, did it roll over the day that she went in, or did it roll over afterwards? Because AWP said that that the buoyancy eventually takes it over because it rolls over. Does that happen right away, or does that happen 2 days later? And if there's motion in the water, what does that do to her body? You were going to have him call his Puerto Rico friends and send a car off the road. All you have to do is do the mathematics on it. Do a pie chart. Do a graph on it. Figure out the motion up and down, left and right, and the speed of the volume. And how to figure out which way it was positive and negative. She obviously went in how much the water was going to have dropped. That makes a difference. If she went straight out or if she went in slowly, she would have been on the water the whole time until she hit the rock, which everybody says she hit, and that's what flipped her. Well, when did she flip? That's what I need to know, too. When did she flip? How did she get in the water? Why was she down there? And if she didn't have, and I knew she wasn't going to have the cocaine in her system, but it wouldn't have helped her. That's what you guys didn't understand, is that I knew that coke would have kept her more sober. So she would, even though she was under the influence, it would have helped her. So I knew she couldn't have been that fucked up if she was on coke. Hence why I asked. Hence when I talked to Jagger, I said, where you guys are at. He said, oh, well, they're not going to find anything in her system because she did it earlier in the day. That's all I knew around, and he told me what time. So everybody thinks I never talked to Jagger. How would I know he has a snake? How would I know that he showed up with 2 girls? How would I know that he was standing next to me? How would I know a conversation that he had with my daughter's boyfriend's mom was the same thing I had heard on a different day about Jagger? I was like, that was the same. My daughter's boyfriend's mom works at a gas station. Same gas station that they all went to. So, yeah. I don't need a car! my son has a tow rope. I've already thought about putting my car all the way into the water and seeing how fast it goes or whatever, and then we'd pull it out, and then because it's all leather, I'm like, I can get it out later, and we have a tow rope. But then that would cause attention, and people might start to wonder. I agree. I've thought about this. I thought about buying a piece of junk car that's $150 and watching it go into the water. It was like, well, it only needs 4 wheels. I mean, really, I can do these kind of things. I have resources that no one else has. Wait a minute, that just gave me an idea. I could build a but it's not going to weigh the same. That's the problem. It's not weight. The weight of it would matter, wouldn't it? Well, I have to take away the weight of the car. That's why I think I could do it if a map. I need someone to map out the trajectory of her driving down and where she came from. Because when I was at the top of the hill, when I was standing there at the top of the hill and I went up and down the hill is fairly steep. But if it was muddy and wet and the kids had been running around all day long, then it would have been sloppy at the end and it would have slowed her down. So I do need a ball. I do need something. And I was like, a yo-yo. Oh, I could get a yo-yo. I've thought about all these things. And I heard you were making I heard you talk about making a model. Why are you doing that? You just need graph paper. When I say gas station, she helps out the gas station. She helps run it. And you guys keep calling it a truck stop. It's not a truck stop. I can't let that information out because she listens. She's actually listening, and she was going to call me and say shut up. And I just have to make the decision on who I can talk to and figure this out. Like if I have to get a lawyer, which I did talk to a lawyer, and someone said he can help me. The taking down anybody is going to be difficult. It's not just one person you're taking down. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then when I hear about after the live press conferences for 2 weeks, and then I know what I know about the car going in the water, the whole fucking time they knew. Whole fucking time. They had a tip that says something went into the water. If you know there's a tip that something went in the water, why are you not searching that water? Why are you not having someone tell you right where to fucking go? That's when I got pissed off. Like I said, what I just heard and what I have, it's going to show that Ellie dropped the ball. They knew that the water levels were going to drop. And they also didn't, so that the car was going to be found regardless. Also, there was too many people out there day and night to not find that car. So I don't believe that Ellie didn't know it was there or couldn't find it. But I think that, like, I drove, like, the day that I was out there, I went out there the day that she was missing, and I drove all the way around that lake. 2 lakes, to be exact. That car was not out there. Not even close to being out there. And someone else I saw it on a Facebook feed. Someone else said there was a car that matched her description on a road, and it was there for 2 weeks, and all that kind of stuff. Sam never told me, I knew that she said there were friendly fights, and she had planned some of them. And I know that some of the kids were out there. I know them. I don't think that they're lying. I don't think that like I told someone else, to go from being, at a party, putting it in the water, if there was something wrong with her, like, honestly, they would have just put her off to the side and let someone find her a few days later. Like, there was no reason to put her in the water. There was no reason to cover up the car. That's why I have a hard time. That's my biggest thing, is why did the kids go to the water? The water would have been the first place they would have looked, which I guess they did. But they kept saying that they had dive teams in there, and they have pictures of them. They have pictures of a buoy above the fucking car, above the fucking car, and they're searching it right there. And the cop says in the clipping, that doesn't look good, and then it's not, and no one even brings it up. Everybody keeps going on this cult thing and the Truckee Way thing. You guys need to get off the Truckee Way thing. It has my generation could care less about the Truckee Way. The only thing that the Truckee Way means is for downtown historical town to be done the same way. And Truckee is sold out to that. Everybody says Truckee is sold out and everything else. So you guys are going down the wrong way. People do not agree with the Truckee Way per se. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice way to think. And yes, we do talk it over with HOAs and stuff like that. But there's less crime here. We have more bears that break into anything. I mean, dealt with a bear the other day. I mean, that's always what's going to happen.